2013. And we do have a few hazardous weather highlights for the next several days. First off, are thunderstorms for northern lower Michigan, and that is expected for today and this evening. Really only some isolated activity is expected out there, and severe weather is not expected with any of these storms. We also have gale force wind possibilities for several of the nearshore and open lake waters of Lakes Michigan and Huron, and that starts late tonight and continues into Thursday afternoon, resulting in some hazardous boating conditions out there. And then finally, frost for both Thursday and Friday nights now for northern lower Michigan. On the current weather map, we have broad low pressure that was across the Great Lakes region. We still have the frontal boundary draped across far northern lower. There is a fairly strong cold front that is dropping southward out of Ontario with high pressure back behind it. And as we go in tomorrow, Thursday morning, the low pressure will work its way east of the Great Lakes region with the cold front blasting through the entire state. And the high pressure will slowly build into the north central plains and the upper Mississippi River Valley. But as this low pressure crosses Michigan today, we could see quite a bit of precipitation that falls across northern lower. In excess of 2 inches of rain is possible, and that's especially for a Manistee to Gaylord to Alpena line and areas south of there. So quite a bit of rainfall, and as the amount of rainfall up in eastern upper is a little bit uncertain, parts of northern Chippewa County may not even be in any rainfall. Most of it should be all confined into northern lower Michigan. Now jumping ahead to Friday morning, we do have that high pressure that gradually builds into the region, and we see it still over us for Saturday and to some extent through Sunday as well. So both Friday morning and Saturday mornings are expected to start off pretty chilly as winds go light and that really cold air comes down into here, and that is when we're expecting the areas of frost. And that is the headline of the frost possibilities for Thursday night and Friday night. But we have to get through another day of wet weather with steady rains, mainly in northern lower Michigan through tonight. We see that temperatures under fairly cloudy conditions today will have a hard time getting out of the 60s anywhere today, and still some cooler 50-ish readings along many of the coastal regions with the colder Great Lake waters. And wrapping up the hazards for today, we also have another one that we have some areas of dense fog that are out there as we have some moist air that is turning to dense fog due to the cold waters of Lakes Huron and Michigan. And this fog has been particularly dense, especially across the Straits region, and that's going to continue into the day today as well. We also have the thunderstorms, more isolated in nature, and that's possible for today and this evening in northern lower. Severe storms, again, not expected. And then from the marine front of things, we do have those gale force wind possibilities for late tonight and a Thursday. And finally, the frost freeze conditions for Thursday and Friday nights for northern lower Michigan. And that'll wrap up this hazardous weather briefing. Please come back for our next scheduled broadcast at around 5 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you for listening to your National